The next piece that I would like to share is called Dots Lines Convergence, and this is a concerto for Chinese Zhen and chamber ensemble. And the piece actually was commissioned by Harvard Foundation and was premiered at the Carnegie Hall. And this particular piece, although it's using the Chinese instrument guzheng, but at the meantime, the ensemble itself actually is for the Western ensemble to accompany the piece. Now, this piece, in a way, is very significant for me, is because it's the piece that I really were able to combine both Western and Eastern elements together. In this particular piece, the Western elements is focused on the polyphonic as well as the homophonic. Use both hands to play the pitches on guzheng, which is the type of instrument normally used the single hand in the traditional performance concept. Now, in addition, the concert music elements in the Western music elements were including like development of ideas, the complex rhythms and the counterpoints, the octave displacement and pointillism, the modern harmonic systems, as well as the chromatic melody, my personal favorite, and the sound mass. There are some extended techniques being used in this particular piece on zheng, that particular instrument. For instance, like put the pitches on the left side of a bridge, as well as treating the instruments as a percussive techniques to hitting on the sound boat, etc. Now, the Eastern elements that are being incorporated in this particular piece is that the guzheng, the instrument itself is a non-Western instrument, of course, and the left-hand techniques on the guzheng, like the vibratos, the pitch bend, the grisantos, which are actually from the traditional techniques of the instrument. And in addition, the pentatonic scale references not for the guitar piece, only for partial, and the halophonic content, and most importantly, the breath rhythms, featuring the space and the beats, etc. Now, I have been working with the Chinese instrument since 1992, and although most of my music educations actually were done by the Western music concept, but I got a very lucky opportunities in 1992 to get to know the ensemble from Taiwan. And in fact, over the years, one instrument that I love the most is guzheng. The reason why, as a contemporary composer, guzheng gave me the opportunity to create my own scales. And here I abstract 5 of the scales that I use in 5 different of the pieces that I compose, and they all have different scales, as you can tell. Now, there are certain things that I quoted as like my personal, like a copyright type of labels to represent myself as far as like tuning the guzheng. Is that in a lot of tuning, you will find out that like the highest or the lowest area of the scales, the pitch, they will revert. Instead of going by ascending concept, they might be going by the descending by the ends here or there. Now, the reason why is not that I purposely created that way, it's because the convenience for the performance. I mean, when I like to do a certain type of gesture for the easy performance content, the performer can just script the strings all together without thinking about come back and forth to play the pitches that is out of the ascending lines or descending line, and that's the reason why I create this type of the tuning system. And later on, it's just become my signature. Now, I just would like to create the scales for this particular piece, the Zheng Concerto, and this is actually written for 26 strings Zheng. here is also goes revert, and it's actually all for the convenience for the performers to be able to, doing this type of the contour, musical contour without any extra acts. Okay, and then the next things I would like to share is to take a look at of the skill that I have for this particular piece, and it actually can be narrowed down to certain type of skills that I have it in mind when I propose this piece. Like in the scale of the gent, there are whole tone scales that have been input in. There are G pentatonic scale as well as the autotonic scales, and also the Aeolian pentatonic scales, harmonic minors that have been inputted and been designed in this scale. Therefore, with this particular scales, I was able to be composing the piece or the movements actually purely Western style as well as purely Asian style as well as the convergence. And that's the whole idea of the three movements. Therefore, like the first movement is purely Western styles using the pointillisms, the confounded melody, the polyrhythm, summits, as well as in the tonality harmonic concept. And then it has a very set of related to the Eastern elements. On the movement 2 lines, it's primarily talking about the melodic lines going through, and it's using to the Asian concept. So the melodic lines, they are all very lyrical and they are very Asian style, including the folk tunes that I created by myself. And using a lot of ornamentations like pitch bends, arpeggiation, and crescendos, and the holophonic techniques, and of course some pentatonic basses. Okay, and a little bit Western music influences will actually incorporate the counterpoint as well as the prompt-persistent. The third movement, convergence, actually is the one that put everything all together. It's purely for like East meets West. And it also combines the material that I have been using before. And the piece that, the portions that can really show is the cadenza sections here. unit of segments, and it actually indicates where this segment actually coming from. So we have the segments from the third movement, the first movement, as well as the second movement, and that's how it's actually being converted all together by using all the material that already pre-existing from the piece that comes from different movements before. And thank you so much for these opportunities, and I very greatly hope that you will like my music. Thank you.